If another woman's got your attention, just let me go. Because I don't believe in begging to be chosen. I don't fight for a place in someone's life, especially when I gave it my all.
Have you ever wondered why some women on dating apps claim every guy is unattractive while simultaneously believing they deserve supermodel-level partners? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most controversial topics in modern dating that nobody wants to talk about honestly. Picture this scenario. A woman swipes through hundreds of profiles, complaining that every single man looks terrible, yet she refuses to acknowledge what the algorithm is actually telling her. This isn't just about dating apps. This reveals something much deeper about self-awareness and modern relationship dynamics. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Dating app algorithms are sophisticated systems designed to show you potential matches based on your own attractiveness level and user behavior. When someone consistently sees profiles they consider unattractive, the algorithm isn't broken. It's working exactly as intended. These systems analyze thousands of data points, including swipe patterns, mutual matches, and engagement rates to determine where you fit in the dating marketplace. Think about it logically. If dating apps randomly showed profiles regardless of compatibility or attractiveness levels, nobody would find suitable matches. The entire business model relies on creating connections that feel realistic and achievable.
They will never ever, in their whole entire life, meet anyone like you. They will never ever be loved the way you have loved them.
So when someone claims they only see unattractive options, they're essentially receiving feedback about their own market value, whether they want to accept it or not. But here's where it gets interesting. Many people refuse to acknowledge this reality and instead create elaborate conspiracy theories about why they're not seeing the partners they believe they deserve. Some claim all the attractive people are hidden behind premium paywalls, locked away from regular users. This theory falls apart under basic scrutiny, though. Consider this. People regularly pay hundreds of dollars monthly for gym memberships, specifically to meet attractive partners. Yet these same individuals refuse to spend $15 to $50 on dating app premiums that would supposedly unlock access to more attractive profiles. This contradiction reveals they don't actually believe their own conspiracy theories. The truth is, dating apps want to facilitate matches because engagement drives their business model. Happy users who find connections become success stories and continue using the platform. Frustrated users who never match eventually delete the app. Therefore, showing people completely unrealistic options would be counterproductive to the app's financial interests. This brings us to another fascinating psychological phenomenon: the complete disconnect between self-perception and reality. We've all encountered people online who have inflated views of their own attractiveness while simultaneously criticizing everyone else. This creates a perfect storm of delusion where someone believes they're a perfect 10 but can't understand why other 10s aren't interested in them. The most telling aspect is how these complaints are heavily gendered. You rarely hear men making sweeping statements about all women being unattractive on dating apps. Why? Because most men understand there's a wide spectrum of attractiveness and that personal preferences vary dramatically between individuals. The idea that an entire gender consists of unattractive people is statistically impossible and logically absurd. What's really happening is that some people are frustrated they can't attract the level of partner they desire, so they redirect that frustration outward by criticizing everyone else's appearance.
The moment that you realize that missing them doesn't mean that you need to be back with them anymore is a very powerful yet very scary moment, because even though you miss them so much, there's a level of logic that you've now acquired. You've learned from the situation.
It's easier to claim everyone else is ugly than to honestly evaluate your own position in the dating market. This becomes even more apparent when examining the broader cultural context. The same people complaining about physical standards often maintain extremely rigid standards themselves. They want partners who are physically fit, well-groomed, successful, and attractive, but become offended when others apply similar standards to them. Let's examine another layer of this phenomenon: the myth about beauty standards being unrealistic. While excessive plastic surgery and artificial enhancement has become more common, survey data consistently shows that most people prefer natural beauty over heavily modified appearances. The pressure to achieve unrealistic beauty standards often comes from within peer groups rather than from potential romantic partners. Consider how much time and money people spend on appearance modification that actually makes them less attractive to potential partners. Long artificial nails, excessive lip fillers, and extreme body modifications often appeal more to social media aesthetics than to real-world dating success. Yet the same people investing in these modifications complain that others don't appreciate natural beauty. This creates an interesting paradox where people are simultaneously over-investing in their appearance while claiming that looks shouldn't matter. They spend hours perfecting their image for social media, but get frustrated when potential partners seem to care about physical attraction.
You must keep going. Repeat. Keep going. Why? Because you deserve to see what happens when all your heart pays off.
This internal contradiction suggests a fundamental misunderstanding of how attraction actually works. Another crucial factor is the difference between attention and genuine interest. Social media and dating apps have created an environment where any level of attention gets misinterpreted as romantic interest. When someone receives likes or matches, they often assume this reflects their actual dating market value, not realizing that casual interest doesn't translate to long-term relationship potential. This is particularly relevant for understanding why some people become frustrated with dating outcomes. They receive enough casual attention to inflate their self-perception, but struggle to convert that attention into meaningful relationships. Rather than examining why this disconnect exists, it's easier to blame potential partners for having unrealistic standards or being superficial. The role of social media in distorting self-perception cannot be understated. Filtered photos, carefully curated content, and selective posting create artificial representations that don't match reality. When people base their self-image on social media feedback rather than real-world interactions, they develop unrealistic expectations about their dating prospects. This digital distortion extends to how people evaluate potential partners as well. Comparing real people to carefully edited social media profiles creates impossible standards that nobody can realistically meet. The constant exposure to enhanced images recalibrates what people consider normal or attractive.
There is a blessing in everything. Behind every moment of adversity in your life, there is a blessing and a lesson. Every moment of adversity has those two things.
Making average-looking individuals seem unappealing by comparison. Perhaps most importantly, this entire phenomenon reveals a deeper issue with personal accountability and self-awareness. Successful dating requires honest self-evaluation and realistic expectations. When people refuse to acknowledge their own position in the dating market, they set themselves up for constant disappointment and frustration. The healthiest approach involves accepting that attraction is subjective, standards should be realistic based on what you bring to the table, and that mutual interest requires compatibility on multiple levels beyond just physical appearance. This doesn't mean settling or lowering standards, but rather developing standards that align with reality. Understanding these dynamics can help anyone navigate modern dating more successfully by focusing on genuine compatibility rather than fantasy scenarios that don't exist in real life.